Kenya's urban population is going to double to 24 million people by 2035. That means millions of people who used to know their neighbor's name, their neighbor's mother, and their neighbor's shamba are about to land in a city where nobody knows their name at all. If you moved to Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, or Nakuru in the last few years for work and you've been sitting in your house every weekend, wondering why settling in feels harder than the job itself, this one's for you. By the end of this video, you'll have 3 things you can actually do this week to build real community, not just acquaintances you nod at. Welcome back to No One Taught Me. This, the channel where we cover everything school forgot to mention. Today's lesson, building community when you're new to a city. Nobody sits you down and teaches you this, because everyone assumes it just happens. It doesn't end in your 30s. Loneliness doesn't feel dramatic, it feels quiet. It shows up as scrolling on a Saturday night instead of calling someone. Let's talk about what it actually costs you when you don't figure this out. Picture this. Ryan moves from Kakamega to Nairobi for a job at a logistics company. Good salary, good title, the kind of move his whole family is proud of. 6 months in, his calendar is full of meetings and completely empty on weekends. He goes to work, comes home, watches TikTok, sleeps. He tells himself he's settling in. A year later he realizes he hasn't made a single new friend in the city he now lives in. Everyone he talks to regularly is back home on a phone screen. This is incredibly common. And it's not a personal failing, it's a structural gap. Kenya's urban population has been growing at over 4% a year, and the country's urbanization review projects, the urban population will more than triple by 2050, rural to urban. Migration is the single biggest driver of that growth. Millions of people are doing exactly what Brian did, and almost none of them were taught how to actually build a social life from zero. As an adult, with a full-time job and no childhood friend group to fall back on, the cost isn't abstract. It's stress you carry alone. It's missing the version of support a chama or a home community would normally give you. Someone to call when the landlord is being unreasonable. Someone to help you move a fridge. Someone to celebrate with when things go right. Loneliness in a new city doesn't announce itself. It just quietly narrows your life until home and office are the only 2 places you exist. So here's how you actually fix this. 3 pieces of advice, all doable starting this week. Number 1. Join something with a repeat schedule, not a one-off event. Making friends as an adult doesn't happen through single events. It happens through repetition. Psychologists call this the mere exposure effect. You like people more the more predictably you see them. A one-time meetup rarely turns into friendship, but a weekly thing does. Because your brain starts to categorize that person as part of my life, instead of someone I met once. This is actually something Kenya already does brilliantly, and you probably grew up watching it, the chama. Over 40% of Kenyan adults are part of one. And it's not really about the money, is it? It's the built-in, recurring reason to sit in the same room with the same people, month after month. If you're new to a city, you don't have to invent something from scratch. Join a chama, a running club that meets every Saturday, a church Bible study, a hiking group, a football 5-a-side. The schedule is a relationship building for you. Your action step this week. Find one thing that repeats weekly or monthly, not a single event, and commit to attending 3 times before you judge whether it's working. Number 2. Convert your existing weak ties into strong ones. You already have more starting points than you think. A workmate you only talk to about work, a cousin's friend, a person from your hometown church who now lives in the same city, someone from your old university WhatsApp group. These are called weak ties, and most people new to a city ignore them because they feel like small talk. But weak ties are actually the fastest path to a real social circle, because the awkward "how do we start being friends" step is already done. Think about Aching, who moved to Kisumu for a nursing job. She had exactly 1 contact in the city, a former classmate she hadn't spoken to in 2 years. Purely a happy birthday comment kind of relationship. She messaged her anyway, "I just moved here. Any chance you're free for tea this week?" That one message turned into a standing Thursday tea date, which turned into an introduction to that friend's other friends, which turned into an actual social circle within 4 months. She didn't build community from strangers, she activated a connection that already existed. Your action step this week. Message 1 dormant contact in your city, someone you haven't spoken to in months, with a specific, low-pressure invite. Not "let's catch up sometime." A specific day, a specific place. Number 3. Be the one who organizes, not just the one who attends. This is a tip almost nobody tells you, because it sounds backwards. You think the lonely person's job is to keep showing up to things other people organize. Actually, the person who initiates plans becomes the center of a social circle faster than the person who only accepts invitations because organizing signals investment, and people remember who brought them together. You don't need to plan anything elaborate. A few of us from the estate are doing a Sunday football watch-along. Your welcome is enough. Organizing one small recurring thing, a monthly potluck, a Sunday hike group chat, a Friday five-a-side, puts you at the hub of a group instead of on the edge of one. Your action step this week: organize one small, low-stakes gathering, even for 3 people, and set a repeat date before everyone leaves. Let's recap fast. 1. Join something that repeats, not a one-off. Repetition builds real bonds. 2. Reactivate your weak ties. That old classmate or workmate is your fastest way in. 3. Be the organizer, not just the attendee. Initiating puts you at the center of the group. If no one taught you this either, you're not behind, you just didn't have the syllabus yet. That's what we're here for. Hit subscribe so you don't miss next week's lesson. We drop a new one every week. Here's my question for you. What's one group, club, or trauma in your city that actually changed your social life? Drop it in the comments so someone new to your town can find it.